I mean, the Golden State Valkyries didn't just beat the Las Vegas Aces, they kicked their whole ass. 68-95. The Las Vegas Aces can only score 68 points with the squad that they have. What is going on in Las Vegas right now?
The Las Vegas Aces, last season's champions, just got wrecked by 27 points against the Golden State Valkyries. 27 points. Meanwhile, their ex-star Kelsey Plum is putting up 25.2 points per game with the Los Angeles Sparks. And you better believe she's laughing all the way to the bank.
All right, I got to give a shout out to Golden State Valkyries because boy, did they put an ass whooping on Vegas. Boy. And I'm not talking about some 15-point win. No, this is a 4-quarter, 27-point spanking in front of a sold-out crowd in Golden State. Vibes was immaculate. Love to see it.
But here's the kicker. While everyone's still hyping A'ja Wilson as basketball's untouchable queen, the Aces are crumbling faster than a house of cards. Suddenly, it's glaringly obvious. Maybe Kelsey Plum was the glue keeping this dynasty from falling apart.
On paper, they should be kicking everybody's ass. Literally everybody. Like, A'ja Wilson put the entire Aces on her back and is doing everything she can to help her team, and it's just not going anywhere.
The numbers don't lie. No matter how the narrative tries to spin it, the Aces just suffered their worst loss since 2023, getting absolutely embarrassed 95-68 by an expansion team that's supposed to be learning to walk, not running championship contenders out of the gym. But this isn't just a bad game, it's a full-blown system failure, one that started the moment Kelsey Plum walked out the door.
Lost a lot, okay? And so I was like, yeah, we gotta wait, give him time. But we didn't set up him and lost by damn near 30 to an expansion team. Come on now. Come on.
Remember when the Aces shipped Kelsey Plum to the Sparks in that blockbuster 3-team trade? Everyone acted like it was no big deal, as if they were trading a role player instead of a 3-time All-Star who helped bring back-to-back championships. A'ja Wilson even had the audacity to shrug it off and say, "It's just business." Well, guess what? Business is supposed to mean winning, and right now the Aces are failing at that at the very core.
But our interest in the Valkyries, whatever you want to say, like, if anything, even if it's just a passing interest, there are people that are interested in the Valkyries. And they destroyed the Aces. I mean this when I say this. The Aces, I've never seen the Aces look this bad before. And the Valkyries are for real. They're 3-5 on the season, but they play so hard. And I don't mean they're for real in the fact like they can compete, because they can't compete.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. Here's the truth. The Aces got comfortable. They thought plugging in Jewel Lloyd would keep everything the same. They thought A'ja Wilson's individual brilliance could carry them. They were dead wrong. Plum wasn't just putting up numbers, she was the heartbeat of that team. Wilson herself admitted it. Plum was the hard-nosed player who did everything in the moment. Whenever the Aces needed a voice in the locker room, she was always there, speaking her mind. That's not a role player. That's a cornerstone.
Led the team with 28 points, 6 3-pointers, and 8 assists. She has been on a tear to start the season. I'm low-key surprised she has been mentioned in MVP talks. Granted, Nafisa Collier is my pick to win MVP, but I definitely think Kelsey Plum should get some love in that conversation.
Plum dropped 28 points, 6 threes, and 8 assists, continuing her tear to start the season. No wonder she's creeping into MVP conversations. Sure, I'm backing Collier for MVP, but Plum deserves serious respect in that discussion. Now, let's break down the Aces' nightmare against the Valkyries. A'ja Wilson, the so-called superstar, managed just 17 points on 5 of 13 shooting. Jackie Young was held to 8 points on 1 of 6. And Jewel Lloyd, the player they got for Plum? 6 points on 1 of 8. That's what happens when you trade away championship DNA. Coach Becky Hammon was so fed up she called it out publicly. "I'm not going to coach effort. That's on you." When your team's heart is in question, it's not a talent problem, it's a culture problem. And who was the cornerstone of that culture? The player they traded away.
Points, and I think that's the first time in your tenure in Las Vegas. Has there been a common denominator, a similarity between those games? The one was in Seattle, I believe.
Yeah, following people around defensively, being really soft mentally, just letting people come out and punk us, hit us, grab us, and us whining instead of buckling down and saying like, okay, that's what's going to be, then let's go.
and I told them in there, I said, we have effort has to come from your heart. The schemes, the discipline, the habits, that's your head. And right now, we not only have a heart issue, but it's letting us affect our head issue. But I'm not going to coach effort. It's just one thing I can't deal with. You're in charge of your effort. I guess I'm in charge of your playing time, so that's the one way I can affect it. But I've never been a coach to pull for mistakes, but I will pull for effort.
Becky, I'm Morris Phillips, Sports Radio Service. You talked about missed shots offensively. They packed the paint. You didn't make them pay by hit.
The Aces were down 21 points at halftime, and they never stood a chance. They surrendered 95 points to a team that's still figuring out how to run a professional basketball program. That 27-point blowout is their worst loss since a 38-point drubbing by the Liberty in August 2023. But here's the kicker. That 2023 loss came when A'ja Wilson was held to just 9 points. At least then there was an excuse. This time, Wilson dropped 17 points, and they still got obliterated. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum is absolutely on fire with the Sparks. In her very first game in a Sparks uniform, she poured in 37 points, setting a WNBA record for most points in a season opener. 37 points. She shot 11 of 19 from the field and was perfect from the free throw line.
I'm sure Kelsey Plum won't never come out loud and sit here and say she happy to be the #1 dog, not be able to drive her own car at her own speed. But you could tell in her body language that she was absolutely happy to be able to do what she want out on the floor and just really get to her spots, really run her team the way she want to. And she showed you she can be a lead dog. 37 points for your first debut as a LA Spark, man. Hats off to Kelsey Plum.
But it wasn't just the scoring. Plum made WNBA history, becoming the first player to record at least 35 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals in a single game. This wasn't just a great performance. It was a statement while her former team scrambled for excuses. And the cherry on top? She did it against the Valkyries, the same team that just demolished the Aces and left Coach Hammond questioning her squad's effort and heart. Plum showed up and showed out, proving that sometimes a change of scenery reveals just how much you were being held back. The Sparks brought Plum in to revive their stagnant offense. She's delivering beyond their wildest dreams, averaging 25.2 points and 5.5 assists per game, shooting 43.4% from 3. These aren't just solid stats. They're MVP caliber numbers from a player Las Vegas once treated as just a complimentary piece.